Biden signed an executive order calling on the federal government to evaluate the risks and benefits of cryptocurrencies, as well as the potential for regulation. The crypto industry has been nervously awaiting this long-awaited order, in part because of the growing global regulatory worry over the embryonic digital asset market. The White House and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen were reportedly at odds, causing delays in the policy launch. As a result of a since-deleted statement calling the executive order historic and providing some specifics ahead of time, the crypto market was alerted to the executive order overnight. But finally, the order was signed. Federal agencies were urged to adopt a coordinated strategy to digital asset regulation and monitoring by a White House information sheet. As the crypto space tightens with tough and constricting laws, is this a Joe Biden plan to abolish or ban crypto forever? Hey, and welcome back to another amazing video. In today's video, we are going to take a look at what Joe Biden has for the crypto investors, what he is doing, and how it affects the crypto market. But first, before we go on with today's video, a sub to the channel would be very much appreciated. Comment, share the video, and don't forget to leave a thumbs up for the video. And without further ado, let's get into it. Many crypto supporters hail the order as a good thing. According to Matt Hogan, the chief investment officer at Bitwise Asset Management, is that the main issue coming into this executive order was whether it would be balanced or whether it would talk about both the risks and the opportunities of crypto. That's about as good as we could hope for. Investors have been the victims of various crypto frauds, or they've lost a significant amount of money as a result of cyber attacks on exchanges or users. The administration of President Joe Biden has asked the Treasury to conduct a review of crypto policy and submit recommendations. In addition, regulators should provide proper control and safeguard against any systematic financial risks posed by digital assets. Recently, the Labor Department warned that digital assets like Bitcoin and non-fungible tokens pose substantial risks and problems to 401k investors, including fraud, theft, and financial loss. Employee Benefit Security Acting Assistant Secretary Ali Kawar wrote in a letter that companies exposing their customers and employees to crypto retirement plans face the risk of violating their legal commitments to plan participants. 401k plan sponsors have a fiduciary duty with respect to the investments they make available to their employees. They have a legal obligation to pick and oversee investments with care. A slew of 401k lawsuits has been launched in the last decade or so, alleging that employees have lost money as a result of exorbitant charges and losses caused by poor fund selection, which led to the Labor Department issuing a compliance memo on crypto in 401k plans, outlining many risks and problems. According to the Bureau, crypto is speculative, volatile, and difficult to value, and it may be difficult for investors to make an informed judgment about investing in cryptocurrency. The risk of losing an asset forever if a password is forgotten is also a concern, according to the agency. As the Labor Department has stated, regulation may be subject to rapid revision. But to capitalize on the growing popularity of these assets, financial services firms have started pushing them as retirement plan possibilities in recent months, according to the Bureau, some of them even using stablecoins for reassurance to their customers. However, there have also been increasing concerns about the role of stablecoins, despite regulators' efforts to downplay any systemic risks arising from crypto. Pegged to the value of existing currencies like the US dollar, these digital tokens are intended to be used as currency. Stablecoin giant Tether, which has $80 billion in circulating funds, has come under fire from regulators who believe that the token it issues is not sufficiently backed by cash on hand. According to Tether's claim, the coin is completely backed, although its reserves contain short-term financial obligations like commercial paper, not only cash. You should note, however, that stablecoins were conspicuously omitted from the White House announcement. The executive order signed by President Biden also calls for cracking down on illicit conduct in the cryptocurrency industry. When it comes to combating illegal finance and national security threats presented by cryptocurrencies, President Joe Biden has called for an unprecedented emphasis of coordinated action from the federal government. In addition, he calls for cooperation among nations on the subject. Governments throughout the world are increasingly concerned that sanctioned Russians and corporations could use cryptocurrency to circumvent sanctions following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Those in favor of crypto argue that because digital currency transactions are recorded in an immutable ledger known as a blockchain, it makes money laundering extremely difficult. The sector that has already been shaken by multiple regulatory setbacks and scandals will be relieved when the new policy agenda is implemented. BlockFi was fined a record $15 million earlier this year by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, for allegedly violating securities laws through its retail lending program. Payouts to 32 other states were part of a $100 million settlement. While Coinbase has also been the target of the watchdog's wrath, the company has been spared penalties. When Coinbase offered users interest payments on their crypto assets, the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, threatened legal action against the firm. The service was ultimately scrapped by the corporation. Recently, Biden made a connection of the massive energy consumption to digital currencies like Bitcoin. As a result, he urges the government to look into methods to reduce the environmental impact of crypto innovation. To verify transactions and create additional units of currency, Bitcoin uses a system known as proof of work. The cryptocurrency is mined by a decentralized network of computers that compete to solve complex mathematical challenges. The greater a miner's computational power, the greater their payout in new Bitcoin is likely to be. With China even banning crypto mining totally last year due to the growing rate of tax evasion, it triggered alarm bells for policymakers throughout the world. Because of this, crypto miners left the nation in millions, flocking to the United States and other places like Kazakhstan, where they have also started reporting excessive power consumption cases due to extensive crypto mining. To combat tax evasion, the Biden administration is focusing on cryptocurrencies transactions as a major area of concern. According to the Treasury Department's of American Families Plan, suggested modifications to cryptocurrency reporting were made recently. Businesses and crypto exchanges would be required to declare any cryptocurrency transactions having a fair market value of $10,000 or more to the Internal Revenue Service under the new plan. Currently, a cash deposit demands the same amount of money. The federal government must be notified if you make a deposit of more than $10,000 into your checking account. Well, according to the report, coincidences of tax evasion and other illicit activities are made easier by the use of cryptocurrencies. According to Treasury officials, the Treasury Department's plan is the first step toward government regulation that might assist answer issues about the value of cryptocurrency investments and their potential use in our economy. Brookings Economic Studies report on crypto regulation states that better regulation will benefit cryptocurrency investors, further new technology development, curtail the use of crypto assets used for illicit payments, and reduce the risk of cyber attacks, which can result in collateral damage elsewhere in the financial system. According to some experts, the Treasury's newest effort toward regulation will not be the last. Although this particular idea may or may not be implemented, tax attorney and president of Gordon Law Group Andrew Gordon predicts that enforcement will continue regardless. It doesn't matter if this plan is approved or not. It emphasizes the significance of maintaining accurate and current records of any crypto transactions or transfers. If you sell or trade cryptocurrencies, you'll have to pay capital gains on profits or losses you make. Keeping records and knowing where everything comes from is a wise decision. It will be easier for you to disclose your cryptocurrencies at tax time and understand how other potential regulatory measures can affect you if you keep track of your cost basis, the money you've invested in Bitcoin, independent of its value gain or decline, your first purchase of any cryptocurrency, and what address your cryptocurrency is stored. This should happen in and out of crypto exchanges and wallets, as all transactions should be recorded. When it comes to cryptocurrency transactions and taxable events, it's up to you to keep track. Year-end tax paperwork from cryptocurrency exchanges should not be trusted, especially if you have crypto stored in many locations. Consider working with a tax professional who is knowledgeable about cryptocurrencies or employing cryptocurrency-focused tax software when tax season arrives. The IRS published its first guidelines on crypto-related tax reporting. In particular, it does not address transactions that go beyond the simple buying and selling of digital currency. However, there is evidence that regulators are becoming more interested in crypto, both for individual investors and for firms that deal in the currency. According to a Treasury report, Bitcoin transactions are expected to grow in importance over the next decade, although accounting for only a small fraction of firm profits now. In answer to a question regarding cryptocurrency regulation at the Wall Street Journal's CEO Council Summit, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said there isn't presently an appropriate framework for dealing with the regulation in the United States. For the first time, the IRS included a cryptocurrency question on Form 1040 for taxpayers to report gains and losses on Bitcoin transactions. According to Gordon, that alone demonstrates the government's commitment to this subject. For the time being, we should expect increased enforcements, but we should also hope for a little bit more clarity. And that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. Did you like the video? Do you think there is another plan behind all these regulation enforcements apart from consumer protection and taxation? Comment below, let's engage. Also, if you're interested in more videos like this, make sure you like this video, share and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell for more amazing videos. Goodbye and see you in the next video.